Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. Your emotions after getting your first win?
I was really good coming off the field, and then when Dak presented me, he and Jerry presented me with the game ball. That was pretty special for me. Cool way to win your first game. You know, you'll remember it forever. But the words that Dak and the players said to me after the game is why it's so special. It's I expect the first of many. But I'll remember this one forever because of the fight of these guys, the way they didn't quit. They just kept believing. You know, we always say give yourself a chance in the fourth quarter. I guess we had to go a little longer tonight, but we found a way to do it. And very, very special. But so proud of those young men, man. You talk about pro football and the ups and downs and the high lows and giving up big bombs, and then you got to go back out there. And some of the situational stuff we did was just incredible. What can I say about Brandon Aubrey? I mean, just, 4 field goals, 51, 44, 64. Would have been good from 70, and then the walk-off 46-yard kick. Yeah, so proud of those young men. The hard work that they've done. This is about them. This isn't about me. It's about them, and I'm just so blessed to be their head coach.
When you walked off, it looked like you were blowing a kiss. Were you assuming having a little special moment for your dad there before you walked off the field?
Yeah, so my family was up in the box. I was blowing them a kiss. I was talking to my dad as well, and how about this? My mom on Friday afternoon went to the airport, fell in the airport, broke her arm. So, Mom, I love you. I know you're watching. I know you're proud, but kind of stinks she wasn't here for it. But I know she took one for the team, and she said, "Hey, I'll be all right. I'll take my meds and be ready to go." Look at this guy. Thank you, Tad.
Clarence Deal, unless your mom followed in the airport, not coming here, not being able to be here for your first game, did they kind of give you any bad juju? Like, dang, mom's not going to be here. What is that?
Well, we've had a lot of things this week. I mean, I don't know how deep you guys want to go. I had my dogs got bit by snakes. That was a big vet bill. Shout out to wherever we went. They got not one but two got bit by snakes. And then my mom calls me on Friday afternoon when I'm leaving the office and from the ER. She's got her hand in traction from a compression fracture. So I figured something had to flip into good because this has been a crazy week. And but man, I'm such a blessed man. My family, but those guys in the locker room, man, that is my family too. And I love those guys, and I'm so proud of them. My mom is 82. She'll be 82 in September, here in a couple weeks, in a week. She's lucky. Yeah, she's lucky. But, Mom, I love you. I know you're watching. I love you.
The game, but your defense, the big plays late, I mean, you hold them to anything but a touchdown. And, can you just talk about what happened there?
Yeah. Again, I want to look at it before I make a bunch of comments, so I'll obviously have much more comments tomorrow when we visit. But, I'll say this, Clarence, like Malik Neighbors is a hell of a player. He really is. He's a great player. But, again, we had two guys there and we weren't deep enough. And you got to be deep enough, and we got to communicate. And one time it's a guy should overlap. Another time it's a safety should be deeper. And we knew they were going to come into this game and try to get Malik Neighbors the ball. He's a special player. He was hot last week that he didn't get it, so we weren't surprised by that. But we have to be better. But at the end of the day, we made enough plays as a football team to win this game in the final minutes. And, again, I think that's what the story should be. We got a chance to fix things, and we need to fix things. And whether we win or we lose, we're going to fix things. And tomorrow's meeting will be a long one. And there's going to be a lot of things to fix on both sides of the ball, special teams, and certainly coaching. He's incredible, man. I mean, he really is. He's incredible and just unshakable. We see it every day from him. But, I mean, those are big kicks, man. And you guys have a better vantage point than I do. I kind of can tell whether they're going in or not. But I think most of them were right dead down the center. And the operation was great, too. I mean, just the protection part was great, the snap, the hold. But, yes, what a weapon.
Nick Harris, Footwear Star Telegram, those two deep bombs from Russell Wilson in the last 3 minutes of regulation, either of those could have been momentum killers or vibe killers. What was being said on the sideline to keep the energy high, to drive back, tie the game, take the lead, and then win it in overtime again?
Believe, man. You got to believe. I mean, you have to believe. There's going to be those plays, and there was a lot of those plays today. But when you've got veteran players like Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Terrence Steele on defense, Jack Sanborn, K9, when you have those guys, man, they just keep playing. And again, the defense got the big turnover late, which gave us a chance to win. Obviously, you guys all know the overtime rules. What was it, 3 minutes or something when they took the ball back over? So they gave us some time where we could be kind of very selective and patient getting into field goal range. But, these guys are confident, and they should be confident. We're a good football team. Now, I think we did some stupid shit tonight. I really do. And, a lot of penalties. I think they got us for 12 and them for 14. So we got to look at that. Special team stuff is unacceptable. We're not going to let that happen. So we got to look at those, and we got to play with better hands. But it speaks to the type of culture we've built. And again, I know some people don't like talking about culture, but that's what I'm all about. And I told you guys, when we had adversity, our guys would step up, and they did.
What switch flipped offensively second half in your eyes?
I feel like we got the running game going. We weren't very pleased with the run game. We challenged them at halftime. Matter of fact, called out a couple of the guys. And Tyler Booker took exception, which is great. I love that kid, man. He just loves to play football. He loves to push people. So when Javonte had the touchdown, he came over and with a little expletive said, "How do you like that?" And I was like, "I like it a lot. Let's go do it again." But, again, that was a big thing. I felt like it gave us more balance to be able to run the ball, throw the ball. George and CD, tremendous. I mean, just those two guys, pass protection, they got us a couple times. It's a good front. We've talked about that front. But I really think the running games would switch it for us.
First win, only 199 more, right?
To pass him, yeah. I'm going to enjoy this one. Midnight rule. I've told you guys this one, right? Midnight. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to have a couple shotties tonight. And at midnight, I'm going to go to bed and wake up, and we're on to Chicago.
Brian Todd Archer with ESPN. What do you make of Dak's poise, composure? I don't know what the word is. It hadn't been the best of games for him, but late he responds with a 71-yard drive, obviously, and then gets you into field goal range there later.
Yeah, I thought he played good, Todd. Again, I will look at the film. I know he threw a ton of completions. We weren't coming in thinking we were going to have to throw the ball that many times. But just the big-time throws he made. I mean, the touchdown to George late was an incredible throw, and CD made an incredible play into double coverage. They were trying to double CD a bunch, and for him to be able to get open and do what he did, I thought Ferg played good. But I never at one moment felt like Dak was not playing well. But what I will say is that is the most confident I've seen him. I mean, he and I were having fun. I mean, we were starting overtime, and I was like, "Hey, you having any fun, man?" He's like, "I love this." And he said, "We're made for this." I said, "You're damn right we are." So I think it's that inner belief. I think it's a relationship he and I have built that, when you call good plays, he executes them. When I call shitty plays, he still executes them.
The fact that he uses his legs to set up that after all the stuff they went through last year.
Yeah. He's the first to tell you how athletic he is. Now, I say you're over 30, so let's limit it. But, again, it was a hell of a play, and I didn't know how far he was going to go. But the thing that I loved is he hasn't forgotten how to slide. That was cool. I think I'd give him an A, maybe an A- on the slide.
John Machota with The Athletic. Jerry Jones was just talking after the game about basically how a close win like this, what it can do for you, even, depending on, regardless of the opponent and how it happened. Do you have the same belief that maybe you guys can get even more from getting a win this type of way?
Well, we're going to be in this situation again, John. We're going to be in a situation where we're in overtime or we're down or we give up a big play to go back down. And so you draw strength from that. You draw experience from that. Hey, we've been here before. This team we talked about last week, like we were right on the doorstep, and we didn't find a way to win last week against Philly. It's a damn good football team we just beat. They got good players on both sides of the line of scrimmage, and I told you guys Russ is a good deep ball thrower, and he proved that tonight. What a great competitor he is. But, yeah, absolutely, man. We'll take the good, we'll take the bad, we'll work on it. After action report will be full because there were so many plays, but learning to win is important in this league, and our guys learned how to win tonight. They found a way, and that's what matters.
Coach Sam Gannon, Fox 4 in Dallas. Just to revisit with CD, he talked all week long about wanting to bounce back. He was on the jugs machine right after you guys lost that game against Philly. Can you just, I'm sure that's what you expect of your star players, but can you just talk about the way he was able to just bounce back this week from this play?
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb was voted captain not because he's one of the best receivers in football. CeeDee Lamb was voted captain because of how much the players respect him and what a hard worker he is and the way he's become one of our best practice players. I'm going to say that again. CeeDee Lamb is one of our best practice players. He runs and runs and runs. And that is so important, not just for him, but for the other players to see that. And so I've not been concerned about CeeDee Lamb. I went to bed Thursday night at 5 or Friday morning at 5, whatever it was, knowing that you don't have to worry about 88, man. He's going to be out there. And what a great player. But again, it was great to see George step up tonight as well, and Fergie and so many guys. I thought Dak, again, did a good job when they were doubling those guys of taking the underneath completions. And I think that's why his completion percentage was so high.
Coach Michelle Montaigne, WFAA. At any point when a game is unfolding the way this one was, do you feel your heart rate elevating, or are you able to kind of maintain?
I've always said this because I've been the son of a head coach and watched many games. It's so much harder to watch because you have no control. So like when my dad was coaching and I'm watching, I would be going crazy. And literally, I remember I was 21, it was my 21st birthday, and it was a shootout between the Broncos and the Chiefs in Denver, and Joe Montana versus John Elway. I won't bore you guys with all the details, but basically, Joe Montana hit a quick out route, a lot like the one we hit to George Pickens. It was on the other side to Willie Davis. And I remember, out of excitement, I threw a water bottle. It was a beer, but I threw a water bottle and smashed it. But I was just so caught up in the emotion. When you're playing and coaching, you're just zoned in. I mean, you're just in the moment and you're focused. And, okay, what's the situation? What's the down? What personnel are they in? What call do I want to make? Do I have to use my timeout? So I know my family right now is probably celebrating because I know it's so much harder for them and for our players' families to watch. And they're the ones on the edge of their seats along with our fans.
Brian, Dan Graziano, ESPN. How close did you have to get? Like, is there a maximum number for Aubrey where you're going to try a field goal in that situation?
No, Dan, we would try it from 70-ish. I mean, we've seen him make those before. We always want to try to get as close as we can, but he's always like, yeah, I'm good. And, that's pretty cool for Dak's always like, oh, hey, what's the line to make? I'm like, yeah, 50-ish, 50-ish. He's like, oh, okay, well, that's like a 70-yard field goal. Like, that's cool. So there's really not one. But the confidence that you see the guy kick with is just incredible.
Elwin Henderson, Gilmore Mirror. Brian, talk about Javante's performance today.
God, I tell you what, man, I saw he got 97 yards. I wish he would have got 3 more. I've been the high guy on Javante the whole time. And the way he plays this game, man, I'm just telling you, if you find a running back in the National Football League that plays harder than this guy, more physical than this guy, I'd love to see it. And I'm sure there are some that are on that same level, but I don't think there's anybody that plays the game more physical. And I could not be more happy for that young man with what he's had to go through, where he's been, and it was so cool to see him break through. But he's just getting started. I can promise you that.
Claire.
2 things. The running game, we talked about Williams. You had 6 rushing touchdowns all last season. He has 3. Sanders has 1. You have 4 in 2 games. Just talk about the emphasis on that run and then how it's paying off early.
Well, again, when teams know we can throw the ball to 2 elite receivers, we're going to get some lighter boxes. But I will say the one we got today on Miles' touchdown run was not. I mean, that was a 5-1 defense, the little dime in front. They had 5 bigs in the game, and it just goes to show you guys we can run the ball against anybody in this league. And they did a good job. Give them credit. Shane Bowen, they did a nice job early on. Clayton, the staff, we made some really good adjustments to get the run game going in the second half, had some really cool designs. But I've always said you're only a physical football team if you can run the football when teams know you're going to run it. And right now teams know we want to run the football in the red zone. And I think that's why we've done so well down there.
You talked about Dak and the words he had for you. Can you share what he said when he gave you the game ball?
I'm not going to share that. You can ask him. If I tried to spit it out, I'd cry, and I don't feel like crying right now.
Ed Werder, WFAA. I know you have great respect for Russell Wilson, and you mentioned during the week, but that's not known to be a real high-scoring, explosive offense in general. What about the defensive performance concerns you the most? The lack of a rush, coverage bust? What did you think of that?
No, I think, again, Ed, somebody asked me that earlier. I want to look at the film. There was definitely some coverage busts, things we got to clean up. I know one time we didn't carry the guy down the middle of the field. That was the first touchdown. That was one of the linebackers. But again, we have to be better than that. You can't give up, that many explosive passes. And a lot of those were, again, either he was doubled, talking about neighbors, or we didn't play the coverage the right way. Guy didn't overlap, guy didn't buzz, guy didn't carry 3. And when you do that, you open yourselves up. I thought the fans were really, really loud. Fans, keep being loud. We'll get the coverage unit fixed. Sometimes it's hand signals. You don't get your hand signals communicated. So one guy's playing something, another guy's playing something else. But I'll speak a little bit more to it tomorrow without watching the film, because it will be something we spend quite a bit of time on to make sure we make those adjustments before we get to Chicago.
You really started to see the impact of George Pickens there late in the game, to see it manifest on the field. I know you've seen it at camp and in practice. How did that feel to see it?
It felt great. I'm happy for him. People want to ask me about GP all the time. I love that kid, man. I really do. I love George Pickens. He's a special young man. He loves football. He has been nothing but a pleasure for me to coach. Wow, what a special talent.
Any updates on Turpin and Beebe at this point?
Yeah, again, we got to get some testing done on them. I'll have more information for you tomorrow. I know Terp's had some tests done. We're waiting for some more, and then we'll get this on Beebe. I haven't had a chance to get that yet.
When does your voice come back?
After a few shotties. So if you guys let me leave, I'm going to go have 3 lemons, right? Vodka, water, 3 lemons. But it'll come back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow. When you guys talk to me tomorrow, I'm going to have grape juice. I'm a little tired right now. That was 70 minutes. I didn't even play, but I'm a little tired.
Last one, John.
Brian, did Jerry tell you that you guys are signing J.W. and Clowney? He told us that out there.
Jerry and I talk about a lot of things, John.
Thoughts on that?
If it's true, which I think if Jerry says it's true, that's awesome for the Cowboys.